Gerald and Gabriel were actually talking about the technical part. So not all of you are actually webmasters or programmers and actually have a direct influence in the technical part. So of course you should talk with your webmaster internally or with the company you're working with. However, when you're responsible for the website with the content management system, and the content management system allows you to do some optimization where you can, for example, create and add a unique title for every unique web page, then it's very easy for you to actually have direct control in the optimization part. So this slide is a very important slide. As we said, you will be able to download the PDFs afterwards. But this is something when you do some keyword research, and while I'm talking about the content part is something where you have direct influence on. So when you do some keyword research to make sure that you actually focus on very specific keywords which is important for your business or for your action, for your activity, then you can very easily add and optimize the content. So how do you do it? I will come to you. But when you write the text, then it's very important, as Gerald said before, to actually put some keywords within your text. Very important. It's very logical, of course. It's not only about the technical part, and that's my message. Many websites built very recently with a content management system from a professional provider will actually allow you to optimize the content for a very big part. So this is very important that you actually pay attention in the content, because when Google comes to your website and follow all the links, and he will actually index all your web pages, then he will read not only the HTML code, but he, of course, within the HTML code, there are some keywords, in fact, your text, and that's the thing he will read. So, for example, the second sentences, when you have a company, and we see it many times, they give their product a certain name. In this case, it is, for example, athletic footwear. So they're aiming to have a ranking on athletic footwear, because internally and marketing-wise, this is the name they use within the market. But are you sure that your visitors are actually typing or using the keyword in Google, athletic footwear? If this is the case, then athletic footwear could be a very good keyword, and this keyword you could use within your text. But many times it is not the case, and in this case, people would definitely search much more on running shoes. So you need to focus on this type of keyword and optimize your content on this keyword, very importantly, because you can't make an agreement with Google. If this is internal policy to use athletic footwear on your website and in your communication, then fine, but that's a choice you need to make, also probably with the management, that before having rankings in Google, it's very necessary to focus on the right keywords. So this is the message here. And as you can see, content is king. The more web pages you have, the more chances you actually create to have rankings in Google. Also, what we see quite often is that companies have, let's say, 2-3 products or 5 services, and they have only one page on the website with an overview with all the 3 products or the 5 services. So the best thing you do is, of course, create one single web page for every service or for every product. So you can actually specifically optimize every web page separately and create much more chances to have rankings in Google. Last thing, also important, of course, because you might read in a blog or in a PDF that the more keywords you have in a web page, the better it is for Google. This is not always the case. Depends of different kind of factors. One of them is the length of your text. But I would say if you do not have the real knowledge and the specific knowledge how to optimize a text, then I would advise you to read on a very spontaneous and a very natural way, where you put some keywords a couple of times within your text title, the H1, within your meta tag title, within an internal link from another page through this page, and then you will do quite okay. If it's a very competitive keyword, there's probably some more work to do, and then you probably need some extra advice. Anyway, when you focus on this part, then you will do a good job. When we're talking about optimizing content, then of course the most logical way, or the logical content is of course your text. But in fact also images is in fact content. And because it's content and because it's digital, Google can find it. And because Google can find it, he can actually put it in his top rankings. So also images, as Gerald said before, you can give it a name. Many webmasters give it a name like image 1, 2, 3, or they give it a very broad keyword like house, for example, or from the running shoes, they call it shoe, or they call it the brand name, Nike, which could be okay, but better is that you focus on a keyword. So give the name of the image a keyword name, and also put an alt tag. An alt tag is in fact when you hover with your mouse on the picture, you will see a little yellow screen with something written in it. So the text written in the alt tag would be preferably says something about the picture and have a keyword in it. Why is it important? Because when you search in Google, you can actually search on the internet, which is actually done by the most of us. But there is also an option to search for images. And you will be surprised when you optimize your images and they have good rankings in this part, that quite a lot of people could visit your website by searching on images. Maybe another thing for optimizing content is videos. Also videos, very importantly, you can actually optimize it. Definitely when you actually make a YouTube account, upload the video, and then also you give this video, because it's content, you can give it the title, you can give it a description, you can put some keywords on it. When you optimize it quite well, then the chance is there that Google put it in his search engine result pages. And of course you can imagine that the impact when a video has a ranking on number 4 or 5, for, let's say in Google, that the impact of clicks, and not only clicks, but the impact how people think, is much higher, or could be much higher, when it's a good video of course, could be much higher compared to a normal text. So it also helps you to actually gain more positions on the same keyword, or to have a raise in your conversion rates, or in the branding part. So when you do have videos, make a YouTube account, not only on YouTube, but other video channels as well. Optimize it. You can even put it on your own website, even when it's embedded from from YouTube on your website. You can actually give it on your own website a separated page with an introduction with some text, and a separated title and a description. You can backlink to it, and so on. So very good. And another thing for videos is also that visitors will actually rate your video. When it's a good video, I presume they will give it a good rate, and also the comments. So this is very good for the conversion rates, but for the rankings both in YouTube and Google. And by the way, know that YouTube has every day more searches than compared to Yahoo search. So YouTube is a search engine on itself as well, and people actually searching in YouTube. Optimizing your website only anymore, it's also about optimizing content which is actually not on your website. Blog posts, comments on other people's videos, since recently Twitter messages, images, also press articles. Who is actually as a company sending press articles, let's say, quite often to the press. So when you do it digitally, you can actually send an email, but many journalists are lazy and they actually cut and paste your press release. And when you optimize the content and this press release as a text, because it's text, and he will put it on his blog or a let's say news site, and when you're smart you put some, let's say, links to your website in it, then you actually optimize some content which is on other people's websites. And all this together is actually a SEO strategy while you actually, which is a long-term vision and continue optimize all the time. A last thing is backlinks. So first of all, the technical part of optimization, then the content part, and then the backlinks. Especially for Google, it's very important that you have as much as possible backlinks from, of course, other people's websites to your website or to your video or other content. Do not focus, of course, on every kind of backlink, but also the quality of the backlinks. When you have backlinks from authority websites which have also good page ranks, then the value from this one backlink could be, let's say, 100 times the value of 100 links from less important websites. I could actually tell you, let's say the next hour or 2 hours about backlinking only. However, the message is here, pay attention on it, which is something you can do yourself internally, or you can actually outsource it, but it is very important when you actually finish all the on-page factors, then it comes to backlinking, creating quality backlinks to your competitive keywords. The social bookmarking sites and so on, they actually kind of protect it. When they follow your link, then the value is not there or very low. Actually, I would focus on, like say, on a natural, spontaneous way where you actually create backlinks from directories, from your suppliers, from any kind of site within the market, or where you have a membership in an organization from. It's an ongoing process. So another tip could be, of course, that when you create a backlink, do not only use www.yourname.be or .com, but place a keyword within your link, which goes to your homepage or a specific web page. That's much better because Google will read will find and read all the links on the internet, but he then also will read the keywords in the link which is pointing to your website. So what you're saying is when you're looking Google, looking for backlinks, for the amount of backlinks, that you see links from your own site. Yeah, that's logical because, well, it means that you have done a good job probably because the links within your website pointing to each other within your site, that's links what Google finds also. It is of course very good, yes. When we're talking about links in this specific slide, I'm talking about backlinks from other websites or other blogs to your site. But of course the internal linking is something you have 100% control of, which is of course very important as well. But this is the on-page factor. This is the off-page factor. Another thing is also, I'm going to add something, when this website with PageRank 7 has also the same kind of type of content, then it's even much better. When you have 7 links from a low PageRank site with the same content, that could be better than from one website with PageRank 7 and having other type. Well, we were talking about optimizing press releases. It's also good for, of course, your reputation management when other people writing about you on their blog and so on, but also to give comments on other people's blogs about maybe your blog post or maybe someone else's blog post could be, let's say, grow the network with the content on the internet. And because it's digital, as I said, Google can find it, and because Google can find it, there is always a chance that Google will give it a ranking. Last part, just maybe said from Gabriel before as well. Just a tip, I'm not going to talk too much about it, but use the Webmaster Central. It is in fact a tool from Google which actually offers you much information on the technical part, on the content part, what to do, what not to do, and so on. Also, you can actually find answers on many of your questions. You can submit new content to Google and so on. And the last slide is also maybe more for the webmasters among us. But Google also have a very interesting, or more than one blog about the optimization part, about search marketing in regular. You can actually find loads of information while you're doing the optimization part for your website.